Have you given up on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency during the bear market? Do you feel the ground beneath you and your retirement savings eroding beneath you? Well, repent, and thou shalt be saved.
Bum, 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 bum. You ready for this? I'm ready. Welcome.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Out to give the numbers out. And I was like, no, hang up the phone right now.
Or like when it dropped in 2020, was it like exciting?
400,000 to 600,000. The generational signals are now.
Level. So I don't even know if we're gonna get back below there, but if we do, that's kind of where we
Hello one, hello all, welcome to the blockchain basement. We have quite a cast today. Off camera, we have a savage of the studio, Joel. You may know him well, but on the basement couch, BJ, Biscuit Jesus himself.
The Bejota.
De Bejota. We have Taco. We're going to be getting a very degenerate moment in this show where we're going to be looking at some of the scariest meme coins possible to invest in at the time being.
And we talking about Ben? Never mind.
What? Oh God, no. We're not going there. I'm not giving him any more air. Hannah, how are you doing?
Doing good, doing great. Happy Friday.
It feels like a very happy Friday. We had a pizza party, so
because
Shout
people
out Mama
smash
Jen.
the likes.
yes, you smash the likes. We're still growing this channel wonderfully, so I appreciate everyone in the chat watching at home, even if you're watching not live. I appreciate every single one of you for sharing us because we're growing well. Owen, how are you doing, man? Are you doing good? You're not. I'm forcing you into this. Owen, you're the backbone of this show. Show your face at the very least. The ghost of the machine.
The
Look
people
at this guy.
wanna
Look at this
see.
guy. There he is in all of his glory.
Wow,
Absolutely.
wait a
If you
tease.
blinked,
Yeah.
you missed it.
He's a tease. I finally have put my we're going to be putting out. It's kind of in my mind to be showing my portfolio as we go. Because we've been absolutely crushing it the last year and a half in the basement. So I have my portfolio pulled up here for you guys. Now, we've talked about, this is not organized in terms of largest holdings, but today it is because my biggest bag is Chainlink. And it's the largest thing that is up over the 7-day. Constellation DAG. Here's something that is kind of sticking out to me that I wanted to highlight. So Constellation DAG, I was bringing up when it was around 3.5 cents. A little bit more than that. Let's see right here. So my first entry point I got was just about $3 or 3 cents, 3.7, and then I bought again here. I did not buy this recent dip, but I am watching this potential double bottom that it's forming. I feel in my loins that the lower cap plays are getting ready for a good move. So I'm feeling good about this. Looks like we bounced pretty nicely off of the 2.5 cent level. And it might be actually setting up for some good upward movement. A lot of charts look like this right now. AVAX, many other good projects. So I'm seeing that on the Constellation side for my portfolio. Let's see if I can find this again. They have this pretty poorly laid out. I have multiple spot portfolios here. So let's see. So Ethereum, I have a good amount of Ethereum still holding XRP. Polygon, been building up this bag. Stellar, long-term hold. This is a token where I'm questioning. So I have made good money off of ICP this year. Basically just getting in at around these spots and then selling because I needed to take a vacation and pay for it with crypto. So I got back in pretty heavily around the 340 mark. I'm seeing this, attempt to try to create some sort of longer term cup and handle on it. But in essence, I'm watching ICP pretty closely because I did move a good amount into it. It has not made anything yet for me. But in essence, everything's been on the up and up for me for the portfolio in general because I'm a chain link maximalist. So that's where I'm at right now. I am judging ICP a little bit more closely. I have quite a bit of things pulled up about ICP that, I really want to dig more into the foundation, the centralization of governance within the foundation to feel it out and see if I'm comfortable with holding this thing into the next bull market. I did initially really like it because I could tell Sam Bankman-Fried tried to arbitrage it out of existence. So a friend of an enemy of my enemy is my friend, as I always say. So I was kind of giving it the fair shake that way. But I might be cutting it up and just putting portions more into Avalanche and other things like that, like Cardano. Don't want to be too spread thin, but I am watching that bag pretty closely right now. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm going to finally show my damn Twitter account. Here it is at Druth Crypto, self-shilling, Joe Biden. I'm riding with Biden up top. And at Druth Crypto, I will never DM you about crypto. And if you are on my lawn, please get off my lawn. But it's been a pretty fun day in crypto. A lot of people have been expecting just a gigantic pullback on Bitcoin. Honestly, hate to say it, guys, but it kind of just looks like a bull flag to me. This in general, I know there's a lot of potential that this could play out as a Bart Simpson pattern, which we've been making the jokes about. Corey Hardin makes the best Bart Simpson charts on the internet. Shout out Corey. But this kind of is looking like a bull flag to me. I don't know. I mean, Taco, what is your feeling? You have a great loin for where the markets are moving. What are your feels right now?
I agree with you. It does look like a bull flag. If you go to, I think it was like the month or the 7 day.
Yeah, here's the month.
Yeah, like right at the bottom around like 27K. It shot up, went sideways, formed the flag.
Right.
Shot up, went sideways, shot up a little bit.
Right.
Retraced, went sideways, shot up. Then now we're in the same kind of pattern. But obviously, like you said, it could be a little Bart Simpson pattern where it kind of falls right back down to like maybe 30K, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, the Bart Simpson would make it break back down to 30K. And that was my initial feeling just from seeing like the XRP pump that happened. Then we had that small win with Grayscale that created, I'll show it on the graph here. It was very, very short-lived. The Grayscale one was right here. It's like a tiny little peen now. But yeah, basically, it just feels like we're in a moment of building a shelf and some support at these levels. If we do break down, I'm going to be excited because I am going to be looking to get more into Avalanche, Cardano, some things that I've been keeping an eye on. And yes, send it down. I was wondering, since we have so many people in the crypto realm looking for lower entry points, what if Max Payne is up only? It's a dangerous thought. But there's many people that are on the sidelines have been waiting for the 10K and they just keep moving their target up on where we're going to fall down to, waiting to get in. just a thought out there. What if Max Payne is only up? But I'm just keeping that in mind. But regardless of where we are, I'm loving just constantly DCAing because, I think that fiat's a Ponzi, a provable Ponzi to begin with. And here's why. Bitcoin has hit triple all-time highs simultaneously as Bitcoin price teases 35K. Now, this is where it comes into play. Bitcoin has made significant strides, reaching triple all-time highs against the currencies of Argentina, Nigeria, and Turkey. It's hitting 3 different all-time highs in these currencies. While global trading was near 35,000 per coin, the value has surged to 12.7 million Argentine pesos, 979,000 Turkish liras, and 24.4 million Nigerian nairas due to prevalent inflation in these nations. Not good. This is what I'm talking about. We complain here in the United States about our problem. Obviously, seeing 7% inflation per year sucks in America, but to keep in context about what's happening to the rest of the world, we are pretty privileged in the aspect of not actually experiencing hyperinflation at the time being. So these countries, Turkey, Argentina, and Nigeria, have basically moved into that level of hyperinflation concerns, and the Bitcoin price in those regions is absolutely going bonkers. So this is just to show the different graphs. I think this is from Miles Dushner. Yeah, here we go. So here is the Argentine pesos. And that's the double top of 2021, 2022 right here. And it has absolutely continued to rip because the government just keeps inflating their currency. This is the flight to value that Larry Fink was referring to. We also have this. This is the Turkish dollar, and it is, or the Turkish lira, and it is, here's the double top from previous, and it has absolutely continued to move. Same exact thing. And this is just, I like to show these graphs to keep in context of what the rest of the world is going through. They're going through a lot more pain than the United States is going through with these interest rate hikes and all these different, inflation numbers and home loans going up. It is much, much harder across the world. And that's where I see a lot of the, just necessity adoption for Bitcoin and crypto happening because, they're having to flee a situation where basically they won't be able to eat if they don't protect their value in some other form of asset, which is a huge, huge advantage to people in the current situation. Who's the mouth breather? Is it Taco? Are you the mouth breather, Taco?
Yep.
Is it really?
Yep. It usually is.
Yeah, it usually is. Well, it's the big beard, he's got a huge chest. He's got to take in a lot of air.
Not as bad as Kelly, though.
Not as bad as Kelly?
Nah.
Kelly.
I like taking deep breaths, guys. What do you want me to do? Just hold my breath? I will.
Well, eventually you just pass out. That's what I always try to go for here.
I'm doing the mic.
Yeah. Crypto transactions rose by 9% in Nigeria, totaling $56 billion as of June 23. In Turkey, where inflation is a pressing concern, approximately 8 million people, nearly 10% of the population, have embraced crypto, viewing Bitcoin as the financial refuge. This is what it's all about. We talk about price action and how much am I going to be up next week or all that stuff, but really, the real value in Bitcoin and crypto is not having to be beholden to the failures of your government as they're happening in real time. Drew channeling 11. Okay. Yes, maybe I'm channeling am I on frequency 11?
It's a Stranger Things reference.
Oh, I've never seen that.
It's pretty obvious.
That's what
Spinal
I was
Tap.
thinking of.
Have you guys seen Spinal Tap?
Most fantastic movie to quote. Terrible movie.
It was
Terrible procedure, man. A
terrible
spinal
movie.
tap.
Turn it to 11.
That shit is a needle this big going straight into your spine. Not fun.
super metal, though. Super metal. Shout out to the chat, man. Deucey does. Stay golden. We've got Catch 'em All. Hopefully see Catch 'em All around here soon. Crimson Caravan Company, Faden, Tradfi, Dusto, Julio, or Julio rather, Bob from accounting, and of course Nakudo. Kind of rhyming names there. Nice lineup.
You know, I want to see a chart that shows those countries where Bitcoin is at all-time high. Mm-hmm. The amount of actual of their populations that are invested in Bitcoin. I want to.
That would be good to look at. Yeah. And in general, I know that India is ticking up. America is still, by and large, the largest amount of money in the market, but the most amount of people is actually in these different countries. America just has the majority of the capital in it. But as we see this all unfolding, the war is not going to, the war is just getting started. It's going to get worse. More and more countries are going to get squeezed, and we're going to see more and more people take that flight to
So
actual
you're saying
value.
put in longs on Northrop Grumman.
Absolutely. I mean, you're safe on
Honestly,
a long for Northrop Grumman for the next 5 years, I would
Probably.
say. But just noting this, Bitcoin's remarkable surge against these struggling currencies underscores its growing influence as a reliable financial alternative, reaffirming its position as a popular choice among people seeking stability among economic challenges. That's exactly where we are right now. It's also, refers to the general notion that I had put out in my video, The Fourth Turning. You can find the video about the fourth turning and kind of the time frame, the transition of society that we're experiencing right now from a larger purview in our video section on the Blockchain Basement. But this is happening in real time. We're focused here on the United States, but there is a lot happening around the world that is actually gravitating these countries towards Bitcoin to house their value. What you got?
Yeah, I'm reading the chat. They're saying 70% adoption. That's crazy.
That's huge.
Most of the population is invested in crypto. I'm assuming Bitcoin, and it's almost like looking into the future. Like these countries, they lost faith in their currencies, their government-backed currencies, and they're going to something that is global currency, essentially.
It feels very similar to flu season, doesn't it, BJ? Do you remember how alone we felt during flu season? How alone it felt.
I don't know. I had a lot of whiskey in Minecraft, so I think it was pretty good. No,
but
I know what you mean.
We had the patents. No one would listen. And now a few years of pain and suffering, and all of a sudden I got a bunch of homies that are ready to roll because they see the world crumbling. They see their government controlling their lives, controlling their bodies, and people are pissed and had enough. So I feel like the yearning for fiscal sovereignty can be compared to the yearning for physical sovereignty over your body. And I feel like we're having an experience in the ether
Do I get
of the
myself in
human.
trouble?
What's that?
Do I get
Let's
myself
get
in
you in
trouble?
trouble. What can we do?
Okay, hold on.
Dun-dun.
It's like I'm prepared with journal articles whenever this happens. And I love when I would show this to people and their immediate response is, Springer's not a scholarly source.
What, Jerry Springer?
Cognitive dissonance at
So
its finest.
I don't know how much we can see this.
See if we can zoom it.
This article is great. I'll let you guys
There we
get it.
go. Hey.
But the best part about this is as we scroll, let's go here.
This is the danger zone.
This is, I'm not going to say much, but let's just say there were 3 labs involved.
Mhm.
One in the US, one in the country that we'd like to talk about, and one in Australia.
Mm.
But just look at this title. I'm not going to say much more about it.
Yeah.
But I brought up a lot about this April of 2020, and a lot of people said I was an idiot.
They were very, very aggressive about ignoring this fact. And when I first started here,
So I really don't like talking about that on
I
camera.
know, but I do because
Yeah, I know you do.
Because what is
Do I have the research? Yes. Have I done the research? Yes.
That's what I like about BJ. He will make a statement, but then he'll also back it with the facts.
Yes.
And then people will still disagree.
But
so
at
that's
the time,
on
at
them.
the height of the scam, I printed out the facts. So
That's also that paper is from April 2010.
Right. Absolutely. It's been in place for over a decade, and people just pissed on the paperwork when I showed it to them in my office when it happened originally. So I'm feeling more and more people around the world are feeling the squeeze of this inflationary environment, and they're moving into digital currency, which is great. We also see Mexico trying to make a move into Bitcoin as legal tender. Finally getting some opposition on my Bitcoin bill, says a Mexican senator, Indria Kempis. Let's see what we got here. So freshman Mexican Senator Indria Kempis has made headlines last year when she introduced a bill that would create a central bank digital currency. Now, she has her eyes set on making Bitcoin as an integral part of her political agenda. Interesting switch from CBDC to Bitcoin as legal tender. Let's find out a little bit more. Hopefully they send us some more avocados because those are delicious. In her initial bill, the country's central bank, the Banco de Mexico, would be the sole issuer of digital currency, having felt a backlash for introducing a CBDC by the crypto community, although she claims it was a necessary step to open the discussion. Also, it's just he's referring to CBDCs as a gateway drug for Bitcoin. Okay. Campus modified the proposal. Yeah, that's kind of backwards.
So going in with a centralized control thing is going to be your entry drug to opportunity in decentralization.
I think
no.
Yeah.
Typically, once they have you in the cage and throw away the keys, they don't usually give you the keys.
Yeah, that's not part of the game.
Sorry, that's usually not how fiscal kidnapping works.
It's a good way to sell it, though, right?
It's a good way to sell it.
It's like a real estate agent selling a house.
Yeah, that's true.
Disclosing the information.
You'll be able to refinance. Interest rates are coming down. I have no fiscal incentive to get you to buy this house and lie to you.
Exactly.
None. And maybe she ran into some opposition of just a CBDC in general, which made her switch her tune. The senator has pointed out that digital wallets are available for indigenous languages, which are spoken by 6% of the population, and that remittances have been growing as of late, registering nearly a 10% jump year on year. Slight growth, nothing massive. But beyond the possibility of her being president, the role of the legislative branch for Senator Kempis is to offer a dose of education to help push the discussion along the way for well thought out laws and regulations. If El Salvador could do it, surely we can do as well. So kind of an interesting take. Imagine that, I mean, this is just my gut feeling, but she probably ran into some personal pushback from her constituents, people that she represents, in the idea of operating on digital cash that can turn on and off if you act naughty in the public square, the digital public square. It's kind of a scary thought. I
think that's cool.
You think it's cool?
Yeah, I get no reward for behaving, and then I get a stern slap on the wrist for not. Like, that seems great, right? Right? Right, Anakin?
It feels a lot more like Star Wars every day, doesn't it? We just don't. We need Jar Jar and Jabba the Hutt. We should come up with Jabba the Hutt.
We had Jabba the Hutt, but they have their own channel now. Jesus Christ!
Pour some liquor out. Okay. Pour it out. We are running out of time to comment on crypto legislation here in the United States, so I'm going to move right along.
Wait, real quick.
What's that?
If you have the Coinbase app and you want to speak out about the IRS wanting to track your on-chain data.
Yes.
I
got it on my computer here.
Oh, there you go. Hey
do
now.
it through the Coinbase app so that when they do regulate things, they know your exact address and name and information.
Yes.
No, it is anonymous. It's anonymous.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
anonymous.
sure.
This is important to do, you guys.
Fucking sure.
So I'm going to reshare this. Well, I did reshare it. I already reshared it. I can't reshare any further, but
well, you can retweet it and then retweet it.
You
that works.
savage. I'm going to do that. Okay.
Because then it'll just put it right to the top of your timeline.
We're running out of time, though, you guys. The Treasury Department and the IRS are trying to put in some broker licensing and some basic bills that'll kill DeFi, along with California's bill. So go to Coinbase on the Twitter, and then click into the standwithcrypto.org link. It'll take you here, and this is where you can get started. It's a very simple process. You can join the fight right here to make your voice heard. And I'm liking Coinbase more and more as they dig their heels deeper and deeper into this fight against
into the deep state.
You think they're deep state?
They're part of the deep state.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Explain yourself. Go on.
When they were getting sued by the SEC, and then didn't they file for an ETF or something shortly after?
Well, what's
there was
going
something
on
they
is
did. There was a timeline that was way too close, like borderline, like congruency, where you're like,
they're going to be custodying BlackRock's spot ETF.
Yeah,
while
and it's
they're
just
being
like,
sued.
wait, but right after you got in trouble, but you're not out of trouble yet, but it seems all right, and then you start, that Bitcoin is super centralized, so that then you make base, so that a lot of the crypto people are like, oh, this is an escape from Ethereum, but it's a better layer one. It's just, you're just pulling everything into the same source.
Well, and it was very odd timing. You do have a great point. We watched the timing, like the BlackRock ETF with Coinbase being a custody agent for their Bitcoin was acknowledged the same week that the SEC laid out a lawsuit against Coinbase.
But the lawsuit did not stipulate anything about that custody.
Right. It completely left it out. It's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting stuff to talk about. And then, was it Jeremy Allaire's son, I think, is the one that's trying to act like a steward of privacy and being against CBDCs.
Oh, Macaulay Culkin from The Good Son?
Basically.
Okay,
cool. His dad runs, Circle, and he's trying to talk that CBDCs are the danger. So kind of an interesting dynamic, maybe a controlled opposition type situation for the conversation to happen on. Now we have Cynthia Loomis coming out, calling on the DOJ.
What did she do naughty? I've heard about
Dude,
this.
she's calling on the DOJ to charge Binance and Tether for facilitating Hamas funding. The thing that has already been proven to be 99% inaccurate on the amount of crypto that was given to Hamas.
So is this a backup? She's calling on them to do it. So it's almost like the classic, if like I knew Taco did something naughty and I'm like, oh yeah. I'm at fault. So definitely research it. And then everybody researches it and then they're like, wait, you didn't do anything bad. So is this like almost like a 3D chess or 4D chess thing where she's telling them to call on it and then they can't find any evidence?
I think so. Yeah, just to
Like,
put
I
money in the
wonder.
water. Yeah, that because if she does do that, then guess what? People are still wondering if it's a big bad wolf in the woods, right? And they have to do investigations. Yesterday, we had I think it was a congressman or a senator. We showed him yesterday, but
Because this is a good way to dupe somebody into something.
It is.
As you look like they're on their side, and then when you ask them to put the proof in the pudding,
right. And
they
this
ain't
is
got
what
no
they're-
raisins.
This is what they're banking it on is the Wall Street Journal report. You know, you can see in this call to the DOJ, they're trying to cite the Wall Street Journal and their report that was already debunked about how much crypto was given to Hamas. So, you know, not feeling so great about Wyoming right now. I know I got a couple of questions to answer in the Discord about a double blind trust potential setup in Wyoming after the next bull market. Allegedly, I'm looking at it. But, yeah, Cynthia Loomis, Wyoming, calling on the DOJ to go after Binance for misinformation. Not a great feeling. Not giving me a great feeling. I was trying to dig around in Congress and the Senate for elected leaders I could have a slight belief in or hope in, as I've experienced heroes of my recent past absolutely turned out to be the opposite. So I'm out there looking for people to believe in, and this just is not boding well or sparking joy. So I would rather stick with Coinbase in their outward call to fight against these controls. And, you know, maybe there are the deep state. I don't know. I'm not that intelligent to know the whole picture, BJ. What you're saying might be true.
You are intelligent. I'm not saying I'm correct.
Yeah, I mean,
It is it is a hypothesis at best.
yeah, I just like how they're outwardly fighting against it. You know what I mean? Like, if they're willing to take the public flack and fight against those controls, I'll be your friend.
Are they fighting against it?
Well,
Like, are they truly fighting against
putting
it?
out those posts and those kind of calls.
It was like the thing with 23andMe. Oh, find out where your heritage is. Oh, wait, you're giving viable cells and your full genome to a private company that's selling it. So it's a similar thing where it's like, oh, no. This is for you to learn your past.
Didn't they end up getting hacked or
Yeah,
something?
like-
No,
Yes.
Like,
Well,
it didn't matter if they got
23andMe.
hacked. They were selling all the information to insurance companies.
But
That's why I
but
told everyone
now
not to do it.
There's an alleged exploit that happened amidst all these crazy news headlines.
The exploit was right here. People
literally-
who were dumb enough to give it up. The exploit was between two semicircular canals. That's your brain. That
Well,
was a brain
Equifax
joke.
and TurboTax got hacked too in Max. So, I mean, our information got stolen just for doing our taxes a few years ago. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of concerns with that. Someone was American Pool Guy wants some encouragement for ADA holders. We need to look at the greenery that might be coming for ADA. BJ, we've seen some well-known people calling for $24 ADA. I know that's unreasonable.
I do think that is. Can we, while we discuss this, pull up the coin perspective?
Yes, let's do it.
Like, dude, would I love $24? Absolutely. But I'm going to guess right off the rip the $2.1 trillion market cap.
2.1 trill?
Is my guess. Now, the
So-
question is, with the DeFi, with the staking, with locking up 70% of the supply, whatever the supply is at the time in 18 months, I don't know how much of effect that's going to have.
How much of a supply do you think it'll have by mid 2025? I know I'm kind of asking you off the cuff. Have you thought about that? How much the supply?
What did Ethereum hit? 600?
Well, Ethereum hit a market cap of $550 billion.
So, yeah, that's where I'd put Cardano at least.
You think our Cardano will claim Ethereum's previous mark?
I do. I mean, I'm still on this narrative with essentially that Ethereum, you have literally some of the best devs who
Yeah.
don't stake. So that's almost like somebody who makes you a pie and won't eat it. There's a reason why they won't eat it. And it's not
That was not a good look.
No, it's not a good look at all.
That was not a good look.
But I'm still one of those people that feels like Goldman Sachs and a bunch of other banks basically control it. Once you had the switch from proof of work to proof of stake, you heavily centralized everything because everyone's like, oh, there's all these nodes. Well, there's a difference between a node and validator node.
Right.
And the validator nodes that require 32 ETH, which is a huge investment, which massively centralized it. So you have an issue there. You have the fact that if any of those nodes are at a different computational power than others, they can start validating invalid transactions, but it basically is set up, and I still think there's a connection with Coinbase here, where Ethereum is going to absolutely shit the bed. Well, and say it doesn't, every single one of your layer 2s is a backdoor into that system.
Yeah.
So I feel like the next layer 1 will be Cardano or another Rust protocol. Like, I am bullish on those, and I still do have my issues with Cardano.
Well, that's why I liked ICP for a second there. It's probably
Yeah.
Rust too. I know. I liked it for that reason.
I mean, it's
agreeing
extremely
with you on
secure.
that. Well, all right. So what you're looking at?
Also, Crypto Stevo, first off, like, I love that you still hang out. I know we had our tussles, but you still hang out. But
We
the thing
got
is,
our stuff over.
You
We
don't
had to-
have to use Haskell.
Yeah.
You can use Marlowe's Playground. You can code in Python and bring it over. You can work in Aiken. You have other options.
God, I mean,
Like, you don't have to interact with that layer. Like, you don't.
Look at what do you think this? So I adjusted for the circulating supply upwards here. Let's see if it's enough though. So the current circulating supply sitting right at around 35 billion tokens. So I upped the
What did you
supply.
put at, like 40?
Yeah, I put it at 40.9.
Because I think it's roughly before the halvening is constantly happening. Right now, it's roughly 21 million ADA come out every 5 days. So if you did 5 days times 360 days, or we'll say, 360 days.
Yeah.
You roughly get that's how many more there's going to be. But you put it at, what, a $560 billion market cap?
Yeah, I put it at a $500 billion market cap. So I actually put it at achieving a little bit less.
And a $40 billion yeah.
Yeah, so this is kind of what I'm thinking. And what you're
That number
saying,
is feasible. That still feels high.
it does feel high, but my God, when we lay it out
that
like
is more
this-
feasible, but 24.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I
a
said,
big move.
unless somehow we are unable to calculate what is locked up in stake pool.
Yeah.
But I feel like stake pool operators are going to pull their pledge. I do. Anybody who thinks that's otherwise, it's like, that doesn't break the system at all.
Yeah.
But like, it is a thing that is going to be there.
Yeah, but to keep it in perspective on the $24 ADA call, this thing would have to hit nearly $1 trillion market cap.
Which is nuts that I overcalled that by more than double. Like,
yeah. Even
I
if
mean,
it,
trillion is feasible.
but look, if it hits what you're expecting, that's going to be a $12 ADA, dude.
Yeah, like I'm between 4 and 7. Maybe I'm being overly conservative, but
Potentially.
I'd rather do that.
Yeah,
I'd rather
this is-
miss the top than get just absolutely rug pulled.
That's some potential there. It's nothing that so in ADA situation when my plan is I obviously I showed you my
Crypto
guys my
Stevo, why
portfolio.
does Cardano have way less DApps onboarded than similar blockchains? Prove that. So if we go to
they're talking
CardanoCube.io.
Cardano Cube.
Yeah, .io.
No Cube. We're gonna.
And also, if I'm sounding dogmatic and angry,
Well, but I wanted to say
I
something.
like having
I want to
these
say
debates.
something to talk about this. So what you're talking about is a situation where Bitcoin ETFs get approved, and then Cardano ends up being preferred in a degree, not a full degree, because I feel like if we have a $6 to $7 trillion market cap, Cardano, if it does capture that much attention from its speed, and if they're able to roll out this midnight program and it actually works for privacy, you can't discount that as a
It
potential.
depends if it floods back, but yeah, if we can take that screen because
Yeah, let's
Steve
go.
was saying it's a fact, LOL.
Let's see here.
Now we would have to look at, I guess, for this debate, Steve-O, what do you want us to pull up, Avalanche or Solana?
Well, here's the.
So yeah, you can run through this, and it's just like when people are like, "There's absolutely nothing going on in the space."
There's a little bit going on here. There's a
I mean, but
little
there's
bit going
nothing.
on.
It's a ghost chain. There's nothing going on.
It keeps killing.
There's nothing going on.
Well, to Steve's point, though, and to be the devil's advocate, I did see that ICP has this massive social fi ecosystem on all this stuff. Very little people using it as of right now, but it's built. It's in the same, not really the same situation as Cardano, but basically they're in a position where they're building it and hoping that they will come. Cardano, I put out a tweet, or actually I told DZ this and he put out the tweet. I feel like once Ethereum changed its system to proof of stake, Cardano became the last hope for actual decentralization within proof
And I
of stake.
still shit on Cardano, do I not?
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
I just want to bring that out. Like, I'm
No.
not like a maximalist.
No.
Do I like it a lot? And I think it's a very good hope? Yes. Do I think there are issues? Yes.
Right. I mean, and in general, like DeFi, I know is building, and they're asking me. All right, so I had a question about why I think only 7 trillion. All right, so let's talk about that for a minute. So over the past few cycles, we've had a slight degree of diminishing returns. At this point, you can expect that process to continue unless something cataclysmically changes, like a Bitcoin spot ETF being approved, or something else happening to spur on mass adoption. XRP flips the switch and on-demand liquidity is moved across the world. Something like that needs to happen to change the path of diminishing returns. If we do follow the path of diminishing returns, we're looking at somewhere between, honestly, a $5 to $6 trillion market cap overall, with Bitcoin coming in somewhere around $1.75 trillion at the peak of the next bull market. Unless something does change in a big way, we do have some things going on in the background that can change it in a big way, like the marriage between oil, gas, and Bitcoin mining, or the Bitcoin spot ETFs, or XRP and
I think
quants.
once the Bitcoin ETFs happen, I was talking to Tim about this. That seems like you have upward trajectory after that, no matter what. Unless
Oh, yeah.
BlackRock wants to screw all their investors, which I really don't think is the case. Once that ETF does come, you're straight up from there.
Right.
Because maybe you see a 10% dump, which I don't think you do, but maybe.
Right.
But beyond that, like, why in the world would the price crash after that ETF comes out? Because then BlackRock loses any sense of solvency and intelligence and market advantage with all of its customers.
It'll look pretty bad. They're not going to
not
look
gonna
bad.
do that.
They're not going to look
Unless
bad.
they're trying to destroy crypto, but I don't think they're willing to use their piggy bank as the device that gets flagellated.
Veteran crypto doesn't like my tone of accent. I'm just a salty long-time holder,
Yeah.
man. I'm just... I bought it super cheap. I have chimmed off a good amount of profits, honestly, through the years.
Also, people who
But,
say a lot
you
of
know.
dApps, but nobody uses those dApps. I tend to ask you to look inward and ask what you actually use on any of these other systems you like. Because at most, you're probably touching a DEX.
That was the exciting
And
part
that's
about
probably
Avalanche and the Stars Arena thing. They kind of screwed it up when they came out of the gates on it. But
Yeah, I
was
like
shooting
Avalanche
for
as
'em.
well.
Yeah, man. Like I was rooting for the underdog there. I wanted to see another layer one come out with a good social fi that works well. Because I don't think it's gonna. What is the status on Stars Arena, Hannah?
I was
Is it
about to
dead?
say some people are still talking about it. Like,
Are they?
Some people are like still using it pretty often, I believe. But,
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
sentiment is definitely like, I would say, mid to not good.
Well, sentiment is bad for crypto for pretty much most of projects right now, right? Like, I mean, we see like
The fear and greed is at 66, which is why I also think we're going to have a dump.
yeah, that
That's
kind of worries
scary.
me.
Ah.
That kind of
It
worries
was
me.
73 yesterday.
73.
What?
Green, like green, like it was
Ooh,
good.
that's not good. Yeah,
That's not-
I remember seeing that. Maybe I should take some profits. Maybe I'll take some profits on my chain link here. We have some headwinds coming in. We just got this released right before we went live. The UK's Economic Crime and Corporate Transparency Act will grant authorities to the faculty to
Why does it
seize
still say
crypto.
Elizabeth II?
Oh.
Wait, I just want to add to like the whole conversation we were having before this about like dApps on Cardano versus all these other blockchains. That's the thing. Like all these blockchains have their own specific dApps on them. They all have their own specific coins on them. Some of them might be like ERC20. Some of them might be like native to Cardano. Some of them might be on like Avalanche's C chain. The more opportunities you have to interact with these blockchains, just the more opportunities in general you will have. What if you don't interact with the Cardano blockchain because you don't like it, but then you hear about a coin called SNEC that's going parabolic? Oh, I don't like that blockchain. I'm not going to use it. Well, then you're never going to have the opportunity to get that coin. So like you got to look at it from a perspective of these are all the tools I have presented to me. How do I use them? You gotta learn how to use them. You gotta learn how they operate, and then from there you can look at like liquidity, what dApps are popular, what BJ over here is laughing at.
Well, I'm laughing because Augustin Martinez says I'm shitting on ADA. I run a stake pool.
He does.
I literally run a stake pool
lives
for
and
ADA.
breathes Cardano.
Yes.
He is part of the actual foundation of its existence. So, but yeah, we have headwinds. Governments are coming after it. We got Cynthia Loomis being a pissy one about it. We got the UK Economic Crime Transparency Act, which is trying to be able to just seize your crypto. Regulators are pissed. Meanwhile, DeFi has surpassed $40 billion in total value locked, making a awesome recovery from the bear market lows. Over a 30-day period, 9 of the top 10 DeFi protocols by TVL. Oh my God! Hello.
No! This tyranny will not. Oh, it's just TJ. Never mind. It's
It's
fine.
just me. I'm only here temporarily. Christmas came early. I have some presents. One for you for right now, and one for you to play with and figure out how it works. It's an Arculus wallet, compliments of some of our new friends over at Arculus. So we've got some of those to play with.
3-factor authenticity.
Yeah, they're really cool wallets.
Is that like a
sorry to
pseudo-
interrupt. I love all of you guys. I'll see you soon. Crypto Stevo in the chat. Gary's Guggler Nana. I love all of you guys.
Is that like a pseudo multi-sig?
A new toy.
yeah, you don't have to open it. Just
Oh, we
right.
do.
All right.
Yeah, it's an
learn all about it.
unboxing.
I'm gonna see this thing.
you're gonna hear a lot more about this in the future. They're cool.
All right. This is awesome. I love it. I love it.
Arculus. Shout out Arculus.
Well, I've
Bye,
heard of it
TJ.
before. I'm excited to dig into it. Excellent to see TJ coming in. Yes, he is still here.
He just comes in and drops loads and leaves.
I know that's what he's a G. You know what I mean? This is going to be exciting. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm a huge proponent of sovereignty and controlling your own crypto. What the hell is that? Owen, what are you doing?
Okay.
Oh my God! Owen.
Jesus, just trying to get us more views over here.
Oh my God!
My nails can't do it, guys.
Hannah, you're
Also, on a
making
side
it
note,
over.
thank you everybody for being here. I know
Yes.
sometimes I dog on people,
Well,
but
and
it's
you're
not
so
real dogging.
bearish all the time, BJ.
I'm not
It's
so
just-
bearish. I am. Am I buying? Yes.
Yes.
Am I bullish long term? Yes.
Yes.
But sometimes I feel like there's some extra spice in the cauldron that we're not
Well,
expecting.
you're that extra bucket of cold water on me every day, which I do appreciate.
But it hasn't stopped me from buying.
I know.
Not at all.
And like, I just like to make it clear, like, if we're missing out on these entry points just in this general time frame, we're absolutely hosing ourselves on what things will look like for our finances 2 or 3 years from now. So, what we say about these, day-to-day influxes, don't want you coming into this video a year from now and thinking, oh my God, it's all going to hell. Because we're actually proof in the pudding. I've heard some people say, oh, don't have experience. I've been through multiple cycles. I have built an absolute legacy out of crypto, crawled myself out of the gutter, working difficult, horrible jobs after flu season pushed me out of the position in the
Let me see
company
one of
that I
those
built.
chewies.
Yeah, these are pretty lit.
Hey, real
These are pretty
quick,
lit.
if any of you guys have Trezor, I think they got compromised. Like everyone's emails
Really?
got not compromised, but a data bank was breached, and everyone has like their emails from Trezor.
Oh, that's funny because if you watch my video about making your own Raspberry Pi Trezor, none of that's out there.
You did make that.
But if you got
You
an
did
email
make
from Trezor, be cautious of it. I don't want anyone getting scammed.
Yes, that's a good call. And also, something I wanted to say
Look at the pull
is I hear all of this. Oh God, you're opening it. Let me see this thing. What do we got? Let me see what we got. I haven't even seen this model. What is it? Let me
I'll
see.
make sure I'm not like flashing. Oh, it's one of those boxes. That's kind of cool.
What
It's
is
like one
this?
of those like
Expands.
TJ told us not to open this, but we're opening this live on air.
He didn't like really say.
Yeah, he didn't make it. Instructions unclear. So this is fun. We're gonna get these set up. I'm gonna put some crypto on them. I'm gonna see how it operates.
Okay, wait. Am I supposed to show the seed phrase?
No,
That's
definitely not.
blank. I thought it was
Definitely
going to be. I thought it was
all
going
right,
to be.
here it
in there.
is, ladies and gentlemen. Get your pens out.
Yeah, Deucey does crypto.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Deucey does
Never
crypto
gonna-
knows exactly what I'm talking about on the person that's saying that we have no experience. Guess who wrote every single script and all of the conspiracy theories that were spit out from that one
Gary
over the
Gensler?
last few years? It was me. So all this stuff that we could predicted and called. Yeah, you're looking at them. So I took heavy offense to that. And yeah, I crawled from the gutter up on out through crypto. So I'm here making sure everybody knows about that while others are distracted with drama. Now, speaking of a little drama, I'm going to skip over this. You might have something to say about this, Taco. We got a lot of news to blast through. So I'm going to pick up the speed here. Ryder Rips has been ordered to pay $1.5 million to Yuga Labs in damages. Taco, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, so this guy named Ryder Rips, he was claiming that the Bored Ape Yacht Club was racist. They had racist imagery, the traits and the logo, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, he lost, and now he's ordered to pay $1.5 million to the Bored Ape Yacht Club owners, which is a win for Bored Ape Yacht Club. And the price of Bored Ape Yacht Clubs is up like 2 or 3 Ethereum today.
You're not feeling too bad from your mutant buy either, are you?
Yeah, my mutant is up, I think, like a quarter ETH today. So that's always good. It's always good.
Are you going to Ape Fest?
It's in Hong Kong this year. And if you have a mutant or a Bored Ape, you could enter for free. You still have to like pay for your travels. So unfortunately, no, I'm not going.
All right, we're playing Andrew Tate's clip. Ready, Owen? We're going. I'm going in. I'm doing it. Look at it. He looks fake.
Today we're going to talk about NFTs. There was a time when very successful, rich people were trying to convince
Scoot
me
us out of the
to
way.
spend millions of dollars on a JPEG. And they tried to explain to me that it's on the blockchain and it's one of one and you can see on the blockchain. Who the fuck is checking the blockchain for my JPEG, G? Who cares? 3 million for a Bugatti, fine, drive the Bugatti. 3 million for a JPEG. People can just copy and save the JPEG. No, but my JPEG's the real one. It's on the blockchain. Look on the blockchain. If you go to etherscan.com, bro, what planet are you on? Nobody gives a fuck.
Okay.
Go.
All right. Taco, you have a great take on this. I could go off about how I only intend to disappoint one woman at a time, but I want your opinion on Tate. What is he thinking here with his talks about how nobody gives a shit about NFTs?
Well, Crimson Caravan thinks I'm a tool, so I guess whatever I say, I'm just a big old tool.
I don't know. Tools that are useful and get used.
Are you Andrew
Tate
Tate?
is a tool.
Yeah, are you Andrew Tate?
Not talking.
Oh, he said, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know you were Andrew Tate.
I can't read.
You look
so-
much different than Andrew Tate.
No, I'm just. All right, I love you, Crimson Caravan.
Yeah.
But I shot a video today about kind of overview of this whole video. I agree with most of what he's saying. I mean, they are JPEGs on the internet, and you can obviously copy and paste it. But if you are a nerd like the people in this room, then yeah, you are looking on Etherscan. You are checking what's minting, what's the most popular ERC20 token. So yeah, let Andrew Tate drive his Bugatti and leave it to the nerds to create a faster supercar that he'll eventually buy in and drive around. So there's a lot that goes into NFTs, obviously. Like there's Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs, which are literally a picture of a monkey. But there's also art, and there's famous artists like Snowfro, for example. He has these things called Chromie Squiggles that are about 9 ETH, I think like $15,000. So there's a vast majority of NFTs that are worthless, like 95% of them. But that 5% of NFTs is where the value is. Just like a baseball card or a Pokemon card, 95% of Pokemon cards are worthless, but you still see like Jake Paul rocking around his neck one of the most expensive Pokemon cards in existence. It's the same thing with NFTs. There's the random collections that my neighbor can create, but then there's the collections that kind of catch the wind of mainstream media and explode, like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, like CryptoPunks.
Yeah.
These collections are iconic, and they're some of the first ones on the blockchain. So in that sense, they're just well known. But at the same time, in the future, you're going to be able to own an NFT, and it will be your allocation towards a percentage of mining that, let's say, the project is using their funds to buy ASIC miners to mine Bitcoin that they're going to use to pay back their holders. So again, this is like nerdy stuff, but it exists. Like collectibles are a thing, and I don't know. He's just hating on it because he didn't get in early.
But you do have glasses, so maybe that's the problem here. We have glasses. We're nerds. You know what I mean? BJ is clearly a nerd. He doesn't have glasses. He has some glasses, but
Do you like glasses?
he has glasses. What you got, Hannah?
They're a little sweaty.
You like NFTs. You've been, kind of opening my eyes to what Pudgy's done in Walmart and Amazon. What are your thoughts on this? Like, is it all foolery?
I love how I'm the designated Pudgy girl.
You really are.
That is okay. End the stream. And the stream.
Yeah, my bad, Crazy Caravan. I love you too.
All right, hold on. But going off of Andrew Tate's point, the right click save, like it's just a JPEG, whatever. There's one example of this that is hilarious to me is Thread Guy. If a lot of you guys have heard of Thread Guy, he's like an iconic, just a well-known Twitter account. He was a Twitter Spaces host, and I think he's pretty like well-known in this space, but he had an ape as his profile picture for the longest. It was a floor mutant ape, and that's how he built his brand. So he built an account with over 100,000 followers from making threads and like working on Twitter engagement and building a little community. And come to find out, he goes through this whole thing in like May, a rebrand where he changed his profile picture, and he was like getting offers. He got an offer from the Pudgy founder, like $10K or something, to make his profile picture a penguin for a day instead of the ape, because like it would be huge for him, he's known as this ape. It would be huge for him to change his profile picture to a different collection. Like it would be very good for penguins, right? So the founder was like, I'm gonna pay you to do this. It's also a joke, and it was all for engagement on Twitter, right? Anyways, that's where like Opepin came from. That's where Opepin was like popping off because he changed it to an Opepin picture. But throughout all of this guy's rebranding, it came out that the ape was never his. Like he never owned it. He right-clicked, saved this ape, and then made it his profile picture on Twitter and built an entire brand around it. And now this kid lives in LA, and he's working with like FaZe Banks. It's Leap, like Cross. It's a whole group of people that are very well known in like the internet world, e-commerce and like esports. They're very well known. They've been making moves. They've been doing this. And now Thread Guy, who built his brand around an ape that wasn't his, is like now in LA working with them. And he's like talking to all of the other founders. Like he's still working in Web3, still working with NFT projects, still, like Andrew Tate just doesn't like, true, what you said, true, whatever, but it's much bigger than that. There's still a reason why these people are working in NFTs, and they believe in it for a reason. Like it's not.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the deal with me and Andrew Tate. Owen, give me a close up. What the fuck? I'm a crusader. If it's us versus you, that's the way it is. I'm sorry. That's my take on him. Others that know me and follow me will know what I mean by that. But I don't need to get into it because I will surely be canceled next show. Now, in my idea of what Tate is talking about and what Taco is seeing, Taco actually does really damn well with NFTs in general. He takes a lot of chances. You're risking it for the biscuit often, but you ain't losing because you're staying ahead of things. Hannah's staying ahead of this Pudgy thing before it was a hot topic, and that's how you actually win. It's by being plugged into the information before it becomes well known by everyone. But also, there's other things that are happening in the background. I want to look at this. Is meme season coming back? We saw Pepe coin double in its market cap basically over the last week as Fever steals Bitcoin ETF thunder. Kind of interesting to see the resurgence of Pepe, one of the more popular meme coins, obviously out of the crypto winter, has doubled this week as traders anticipate the etchings of a Bitcoin spot ETF bull market. Now, Taco, in general, I do feel it in my loins that we're getting ready for more meme coin love. We had talked about, I had seen this thing, it's like Trump, what is this thing? Voldemort, Trump, Inu, how do I?
Here, this will help.
Where's the full name of this thing?
Go to the wide real quickly.
Go to the wide.
Yeah, try these. Let me try yours.
What, mine?
Yeah, here.
Oh, God, I'm not going to be able to see anything.
Yeah, you're good.
Unbelievable. Oh, wow.
Remember that one time you said you'd never wear Gucci? Oh! Got it!
Got you, right? Those are Gucci glasses?
Yeah.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Also, you are blind.
Yeah, I'm very blind.
Holy
I have a
ball
stigmatism.
sacks, the jaws of death.
Yeah. So Voldemort, Trump, Inu, Chaos Token. What is this name?
That was perfect chaos right there.
Voldemort, Trump, Robotnik, -10 something or another. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. But I've been seeing this. It's kind of like the Harry Potter Obama Sonic Inu. I think it's kind of from the same crowd. This thing is pumping. Then we also had Meme Coin, Meme Land come up. And I did see Taco talking about it last week. And then now I see the rest of, or not the rest, but a large portion of crypto Twitter has brought this thing up over the last few days. And then Binance sharing the meme coin link on the actual Binance launch pool.
And
What
real
the
quick
hell's
before you
going
go on, this is the 39th coin on their launch pad. Just think about that. Binance, as huge as they are, this is only the 39th coin that they've put on their launch pad.
So, just the fact that they posted it, I mean, obviously CZ's a fan of
actually,
chaos.
I think, quote tweeted it.
Yeah, dude. Like, this seems like it's coming out of nowhere. This is the actual website. You were talking about the different levels. They have potato. They have the MVP.
You the real MVP. I think one today sold for like 65K.
Okay.
So those are the NFTs. It's like a trophy.
Okay.
That's like
kind of silly. What is this? What is the deal here, though? What is the opportunity? So, with MVP, you have first access information of projects and products we drop, including potatoes, captains, treasure islands, and more. So this is kind of gated access to the next sets of releases.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not an expert on this ecosystem, but it is huge. I think across all their socials, they have over 250 million followers.
Yeah.
So this is their meme
in less than 69 days if you scroll down.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right
this is
150 OpenSea collectibles in less than 69 days.
Yeah, it's all about memes. It's all about having
yeah.
fun. And like obviously they've got collections like the potatoes.
Yeah.
Captains and the MVPs are
There's
their
a
NFT
potion hunt
collections.
going on here too. Some kind of gold potion hunt they're having.
See,
Giving
like,
out rewards.
I haven't gone this deep into it, but at this moment, like 2-3 days ago, they had their pre-sale, their fire sale for their token meme coin, and it generated over I think $15 million in like less than 2 or 3 days.
On a side note, what? Sorry, I need proper grammatical syntax before I can read your comment.
Oh yeah, that was a stroke that they had. So, but the reason I saw someone, why are we talking about meme coins, guys? We absolutely crushed it and got out of meme season last time at the right timing. Now I'm feeling it coming back, even if it's just for a slight short amount of time. It's an absolute. I mean, and obviously I'm keeping risk averse mindset. I'm only putting 1% of my portfolio in general, but you know. I'm seeing it come back, and God damn it, I can't believe you made me wear that Gucci set of glasses. I am so
Drew didn't
offended.
lose because of setup. He could have looked. He could have checked.
Dude, my glasses are cool though. They're Oakleys. You know what I mean? I like
Is
the
that
cool
right there?
Oakleys. I got some cool ones on.
There's no
But I
setup.
think the
What's up,
reason-
Josh? How you doing?
Oh,
We got Joshua J.
another
coming in
special
saying
guest.
hello.
say
Are
hi.
you leaving? Josh is leaving. How you doing? Say hello.
What's up, Chad? How we doing? You guys will see me in about another week or so, but I'll be back.
He's a G. We love having Josh in the studio. He's the only person I found that agrees with me on the marriage between oil and gas and Bitcoin mining. And so, you know,
That's true.
that's the only person I'm. Yes.
So you're saying it's miscible, unlike oil and water.
Oh my God! Now you have to get scientific on
No,
me.
miscibility is just a great word.
But yeah,
I am a
someone's like,
hillbilly.
please no more meme coins. The reason why we bring these up is because we're degens. No,
We are.
But we are. Is because there's opportunities everywhere, and I mean, you can invest in Bitcoin, invest in Ethereum. You're gonna make gains. But if you want to take a little portion of your portfolio or
Like
the value that
1%.
you have, 1%.
One of my biggest gains was on Baby Doge. I put in $150, and
If
4
you're-
weeks later, it's 27 grand. I was like, oh, what the
Yeah,
fuck
man.
just
if
happened?
you're in this ecosystem,
That
if you're
doesn't happen.
watching Blockchain Basement at this time of the market, then you should be looking into these opportunities because they're everywhere. And we want
But
everyone to
know
make
what
money.
you're getting yourself into. Like
It's high risk, high reward.
Yes.
You only allocate a small
whatever
amount
you
of your
put
portfolio.
in, intend to lose.
Yes.
Just like you go to the gas station, you get a scratch off. Obviously, you're not going to win every time. It's the same way.
Yep. Oh, and we got to hit that like button. Thank you for the reminder. If you're here,
Wait, you know what's another great opportunity?
what's that?
Investment with Link 2.
Oh, yes, that's a good point. You know what? they've been actually really awesome to us, and they've given access to people to invest in Ripple. Now that is closed. There are a few other opportunities like Chainalysis and things like that, but the real key to why we like this as a sponsor is it cuts away that gigantic requirement for $100,000 as a minimum investment into these things. So if you are looking at companies in the traditional stock market that are focused in crypto, click the link in our description. Check it out. It's a good way to get around accredited investor requirements. And yes, Floki has absolutely been ripping. And you know what? Floki is what? Floki and Pepe and that resurgence of them, and then seeing this Voldemort Trump thing just come out of nowhere. It gave me the same vibes as right as Pepe went bonkers, and we saw a slew of other meme coins really do well. But keep in mind that time frame only lasted for right around like 3 weeks, where it was just super awesome. You can make great gains, but don't get married to those bags because you will absolutely get wrecked. So just keep that in mind because, you know, we're in it. We're risking it for the biscuit, but obviously you have to have that risk assessment. Kelly goes on and on and on about risk analysis and all that stuff. I just say take 1%. Don't do any more than 1%. Keep it in a controlled manner so that you can experience massive moves from those plays. And man, I don't even think we made it through. So other news, Kraken is having to share user data with the IRS. Absolutely sucks. More BS control. Make sure to click that link on Coinbase. We have the Pentagon releasing a fact that a Chinese J-11 fighter flew within 3 meters of a B-52 bomber last night. So you can absolutely expect. Here's the deal.
That's not a B-52 bomber.
This is the video from the B-52 bomber.
Okay.
Don't be thick.
I was just making sure.
Don't be thick. Here's what's happening. It's a collapse up. This is a print for the next 10 years to fight wars in the Middle East. That's what's happening. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that's what's going down. It's the reality of the situation. You need to spread this information with your loved ones to make sure that their financial futures are not crushed by the trillions of dollars that are going to be printed by the U.S. government in battling China, Russia, and Iran. It's just going to happen. I know that we have all these other little levels and things like that and lines we like to draw on graphs, but the moral of the story is this is a melt up. So you need to position yourself and your finance in a way where you will not be crushed by hyperinflation, because this stuff is not slowing down. So that's just the unfortunate reality of our situation. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you know, there it is. We went over on time.
Monday, we should talk about BlackRock getting its Committee on Uniform Securities Identification Procedure, or CUSIP number.
God, there's so much to talk about here. We can't do it yet. We'll riff on that for 40 minutes.
Yeah,
in
we'll do
itself.
that
Monday, we're going to be looking specifically at what BlackRock is doing with its Bitcoin exposure right now before the ETF gets approved.
And
so make sure.
Are we able to track? Obviously, I think they can buy it on exchanges to pump it.
Right.
But after they dump it before the end of the year and we potentially go to 19.7.
Right.
How much are they going to buy OTC before potentially in February when the ETF happens?
That's all.
Yeah, I'm
contingent on
lining up
collapse.
some specific dates.
You are, and you're lining up some specific
They're based
numbers.
off of conjecture.
These are all conjecture. I'm going to be I'm going to see if you can convince me.
But we're ripping
That's
after
what
that
I'll
ETF happens.
It's either way, it's going to be okay, even without the ETF.
Oh, it'll be fine, but
You
like
know.
it is definitely ripping after the ETF,
Right.
and not because of the ETF.
All right, guys, what are you dressing up for Halloween as?
Gambit.
Gambit? Oh, yeah, you are. Look at this guy's outfit. Look at this thing. This guy wins.
Wait, do you have my outfit? Are you showing my outfit?
No, not your outfit. Look at this.
It's literally one of my most recent tweets.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I'll do that then.
That's a
Look at
banger.
this guy.
I love it.
The
That is
Headless
sick.
Horseman.
That is sick. I am going to have to be
Well, if you go to
Abraham
my
Lincoln.
go to my Twitter.
All right,
People
fine.
need to know.
I mean, you really do have a good outfit here. It's
Yeah.
it's a reoccurring theme.
It is.
Oh god!
Look at that
this.
Gambit.
Look at this thick savage next to you. Just
Oh yeah, that was an awesome Cyclops.
Yeah,
dude, I'd rock Sailor Moon was a G.
Yeah, look at this.
The original G.
Look at the pants and
Yeah.
the shoes.
The
My
boots.
god, you guys really
Fur.
are fabulous.
Hell fucking
Truly
yeah.
fabulous. Yeah, I'm gonna be Abraham Lincoln. Hannah, what you got? What are you gonna be for Halloween?
Hey, I think I'm gonna be a bear.
You're gonna be a bear?
I'm not a bear.
Shouldn't you be a pudgy penguin or something?
Bear. No.
No? All right. Well, what kind of bear? Are we going to be a violent bear? Are we going to be like...
Or like
I'm going to be a cute little bear cub.
Okay.
A midtown bear.
Okay. Taco, what's it going to... Are you going to dress like a taco?
Hey, it could. I was thinking about being Dr. Disrespect.
Yo, I gotta give you my armor.
I gotta find a black wig. I think I'm too late.
Yo,
It's
you would
probably
be
all sold out
hilarious.
everywhere.
What? You're not too late.
Dude, go on Amazon. You'll find something.
Just ask
To deliver
BJ to
in
cut his hair or
2
something.
days. Well, actually, they have it Prime.
You can make this happen. I'll give you my armor or one of my armors. You're gonna be great. Owen, what's it gonna be? Are you gonna dress up like Princess Diana's son for Halloween or what?
And Gary Guzzler's is going to be beta like me.
Oh, my
that's so sweet.
Jesus Christ. I feel like
So
you
what
would-
does that make you if you're the sub beta of the beta?
Oh,
Is
man.
that like betaception?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out. I know Big Daddy's been pretty pissed off at me, particularly, or us, through this whole facade that the scammer's putting out online. I see you, bro. I see that time is working in my favor because the truth always has time on its side, and the clearer picture is now coming out. So I just want to give a shout out to you. I see everything happening. I just don't want to acknowledge it or live there, because if I did, then we'd be missing out on juicy gains. So with that being said, I absolutely appreciate you guys joining me today. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
I'm glad we have this opportunity of you being an absolute hypocrite and wearing Gucci.
Dude, I am going to go puke after this
Good.
episode. Absolutely.
Good.
But, you know, after I puke, I will go home. I'm going to do some trick-or-treating with the kiddos, cut some trees down. And I hope that you guys treat each other with respect and love. Hug your loved ones, shake your neighbor's hand, smash the like button on the way out, and subscribe for every one of our videos. And until next time, we bid you adieu.
Ooh, ooh.